kid, life moves fast, but a Helman slows it down. Helman cigars. They ain't just sticks of leaf. They're a handshake, a wink, and a moment that lasts.
Centilmenler Kulübü. Florida'dan selamlar.
Değerli Centilmenler Kulübü üyeleri, hepinize selamlar. Albert Helmann karşınızda, 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 Albert Helmann karşınızda. Albert Helmann karşınızda.
I'm over here today with AJ, Albert from Helman Cigars. What's going on?
Hey, welcome to my store.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for your time. Glad to have you here.
I feel a lot better, and I feel so relaxed now that I'm here. I think it's the environment and, you know, just everything you have here.
Thank you very much. Welcome to my little store. So how the story started is a little bit funny and interesting and luck, everything, fate, everything. I've studied hospitality management in Israel with a governmental scholarship. So then for the third and fourth year, I just got another scholarship from University of Brighton in England. And this is my hospitality education. During the education, you know that, we learn fine dining, wines, whiskeys, cigar, golf, everything. So cigars been my passion. I love cigars very much. That's the knowledge come from. Of course, my personal, because it's my personal hobby. I like reading about cigars and stories, how they made it.
What's so interesting is it takes you to different places and to connect with different people.
Exactly. It's very international. Everybody likes cigar. It's like, this is Dude, by the way.
Hi,
if you
Dude.
see him. Dude is my pup, 14 months. He's a big guy, but he's a nice guy. So in pandemic time, I was sitting on my backyard like everybody, and I was chatting with a friend, and we were both smoking cigars. I saw him like putting off the cigar, cutting it again, trying to light again, destroying the cigar. As a cigar enthusiast, I was very sad about it, and I said, I will teach you how to smoke a cigar properly.
He was a butcher.
Exactly, he was a butcher. And then I made a video for him, because we didn't have anything to do then. So I made a video for him, how to smoke a cigar properly. And the video was 22 minutes, and it was too big to send via email. So I decided to upload it on YouTube and send him the link. Next day I checked my YouTube. If he watched the video, I see 6,000 people watch. Next day 18,000, and hundreds of thousands and millions.
Wow.
So people were asking me, hey, do you make cigars? Do you sell cigars? How do you know all this stuff, whatever? And I was like surprised, you know, in the pandemic time, there's nothing to do. I had the thoughts about it. Then I was cutting my grass. I talked to my neighbor. Hey neighbor, how you doing on Sunday afternoon? And I told him like, hey, you know what? I became famous on YouTube. Everybody is watching my videos. So he said, really, what about? I did a cigar review, how to smoke a cigar properly. He said, really? I work in Cohiba factory for 30 years, Senor Juan. So I said, what? Can you make cigars for me? And he made the greatest cigars, which are here.
Wow.
Please allow me to invite you. Let's smoke some cigars and talk about cigars.
This looks like different types of chocolates and delicacies. And
Exactly. Let's start with that. This is my favorite cigar, Churchill Maduro. It's very chocolatey, cacao, and vanilla flavors. That's it. It's called Maduro.
That sounds nice.
And that's Havana wrapper. Havana wrapper is like mostly flowery, fruity, and little bit spices. Connecticut wrapper. Connecticut wrapper is like very plain, very creamy, and a little bit touch of black pepper in the background. And I have some, of course, premium leaves as well, such as Knockout or Cohiba Behike, but Senor Juan makes them beautifully.
So these are longer life.
Longer life and aged over a year. Sorry for the bend came out. Let me, because you like some easy taste, let me
Sure.
invite you the cigars, but wait for the cutting. I'll show you how to cut a cigar properly. That was my first video was about. Let's take the cigar, okay? I'll teach you how to smoke a cigar with the 5 senses. Okay, so I'm from a Jewish family, and on Friday Shabbat dinners, we have wine, right? So in the wine, why we do cheers? So we can see the wine, we can touch it, we can smell it, and we can taste it. Where's the 5th sense? So we touch each other to hear. So I apply the same rules on the cigars. First we touch the cigar. We check it out if there are any holes or any cracks. Do not buy, do not purchase or smoke any cigars with the cracks or holes. Why? Because there is an air escape. If the air escapes, it makes it burn unevenly. If you burn unevenly the 5 layers of the cigars, instead of getting a nice flavors from all of the layers at the same time, like eating a piece of cake, you know, you cut it a slice and you take a cream, bread, everything, and you enjoy all the flavors. So cigars, we have to light all the layers at once. Then we smell it. Please smell your cigar. We call it cold draw, but I call it foreplay. So smell your cigar. Do you feel like creamy vanilla flavors?
Creamy, vanilla, cognac.
Exactly, because this cigar aged in cognac and 18-year-old whiskey and Turkish coffee as well. You can smell your cigar from here as well. The right hole and the left hole, they smell to the different tones. Please try it. Right tone, left tone. Right tone, you feel like more aromas, and left one, you feel more strength. So we touched, we smelled, we looked. Now we have to taste it. Also, we have, before that, we have to hear it, right? Put it in your ear and do it like this. If you hear any crack, like sound like crack of paper, something like that, that means the cigar is dry. And you shouldn't smoke it. Why? We have all the humidification systems in the store to keep the cigar in 69 to 71 humidity, and again 70, 71 Fahrenheit temperature. To keep all these, to have the best humidity and flavors. If you hear a crack, that means cigar is dry, and be careful, you can get some insect in it, mold, or it will be like broken. You cannot smoke it anymore.
It's almost like too, like when I'm tapping on the exterior or interior paint. If you hear the hollow or the bubble,
exactly,
there's issues.
Exactly. You know? And let's do the taste. Allow me, with my gloves, allow me to make a punch hole. This is I have a different cuts. Also, I talk about this on my cigar reviews. I'll make you a nice hole from the beginning. In the middle, you cut it slowly, not to crack the wrapper. Beautiful. And you have a wonderful air canal. Let me take yours too. And the rest of it, you can basically throw it away. This is a very beautiful laser cut puncher So every time you cut, you will enjoy the air canal, because we have to keep the airflow very beautifully, nicely, to have the best flavors and taste in the cigar. Cut mine yours too. Again. So we have a nice cigar. Now the fifth sense, we have to taste it. You know, on the tongue, we have different taste sensors. For example, the tip of the tongue is like for salty, and the edges for sugary. So this is why we take all the cigar, we put it on the middle that can feel everything. I know it may look disgusting, but before smoking a cigar, as I said, we have to do cold draw with the cigar, what kind of flavors or aromas or notes we are going to have in our brain. So also you have to turn your cigar all the time. When you smoke, you have to turn it all the time. Why? Because the heat and the flame goes up, right? When we turn it, the flame goes everywhere and it burns all the layers equally, then we can have better taste.
So
That's
this is
the reason.
not just when you're lighting it the whole time through smoking?
All the time, yeah.
Okay.
So as I feel it here, maybe I'll ask you, what do you feel? What kind of taste or smell you feel on your cigar? You can be open everything.
The spice. I feel that pepper and
Black
aroma.
pepper,
Yes.
correct. Do you feel the 18-year-old Scotch flavor?
Oh, when I place it in the center of the tongue, I do.
Excellent. Okay, so we do it all the time. 5 minutes at least playing with the cigar.
But I smell the coffee.
Coffee,
so like
of
different
course.
thing. So some of the things that I taste, and some of the flavors I'm recognizing during the taste, and different flavors I'm recognizing during the smell.
Okay, so let me show you how to light the cigar. We hold the cigar 45 degrees. Okay, 45 degrees is very important. We light it, but we light it not with the blue part of the flame, the red part. Just toast it a little bit. We don't burn it. We don't want to get overburned like a burned steak flavor. You just be careful, don't burn the dog. All right, just a little bit.
Dude
You
knows
see?
it's cigar time.
Exactly. You know what? He loves people who smoke cigars. Okay, not to toast it too much. Then we can put it in our mouth. After 2 or 3 flames, that means burned. And also you can look it like this. Again, if burnt everywhere, you can blend it with air, like to get more aromas. Beautiful. Would you like to try?
Sure.
45
So
degrees.
I'm at a 45-degree angle.
Yeah, just toast it a bit.
I'm gonna toast it. Toast and turn.
Exactly. Exactly. Then put in your mouth and try to burn again. Perfect. Go on. Turn the same way. Turn the same way. 1 flame, 2 flame. Exactly. What a beautiful light. Then you can enjoy. Now your turn. As you see, smoking a cigar is not easy.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I wanted to have the atmosphere of like 90s. People normally come here, enjoy their cigars, and just sit randomly, and they talk to each other. I'm so happy when I see them exchanging the business cards, or phone numbers, or talking about cars. The politics doesn't matter. But we all have here gentlemen. They are very happy to come here. Thanks to all my supporters 2 years now. I've been here. All the people around here, they come to support me. And this is how the business runs. I'm so happy and grateful for all my clients.
I'm so happy you bring people together. That's amazing. And you educate. Back to I burn mine a little bit unevenly, but it's.
I'll show you how to fix it.
You know, I call Albert because, you know, I was searching for a cigar that I liked, and
we found it.
We found the short story, something on a lighter, similar to this, something 30 minutes, because that's, you know, the time and amount that I wanted to smoke, and almost like a pharmacist prescribing you a prescription, what nodes, what flavors, what duration, and then how to enjoy it with people. And
exactly.
and that's really phenomenal. You know, going into Total Wine and getting a Java or getting a Drew Estate cigar, you're just like, hey, I don't really know, I don't really know what I'm doing, and there's no really consultants to help you there.
Exactly.
Can you tell me? I have two questions for you.
Can relight again.
I think I have to relight.
It's good that happening here. Why? The doctor is here. So normally when you smoke, to keep the flame, you have to puff every 45 seconds and turning your cigar 180 degrees like this. And keep the smoke inside your mouth. Do not inhale. Just enjoy the aromas. And that's it.
The turning is a very challenging motion to get a full 360.
Exactly.
Unless you're used to doing that. When you were originally, during COVID, when you were doing your cigar reviews, were you smoking what you had on hand or with your cigar maker? Was it hard getting materials at that time for cigar smokers?
Yeah. Luckily, that time the cigar shops were open. And I just, you know what?
In the free state of Florida, they were.
Exactly. Thanks for that.
Yeah, thank you.
And I also try to improve myself about the knowledge, because I used to smoke only Maduro cigars and some specific brands. When I started to do cigar reviews, I tried to have different flavors, different sizes, different aging process, and to get to know all the cigars and to make the proper cigar review for my viewers. Here on my back, let me show you all the cigars, and those are cigar bands like this here. I kept them and I framed them. All the cigars here, you see, I made cigar reviews on my YouTube channel. They're great cigars. I have only 1 or 2 cigars I really didn't like it, because it was like really dry, not flavors. I didn't like. I don't want to say the brands to make them feel bad.
Sure.
But all the cigars I smoke mostly are great. So in the cigar industry, there are so many people work so hard, from harvesting, from rolling in the aging room, and rolling them, cutting them, packaging them. The guys make the boxes and selling them, and me as a retailer.
All the materials.
All the materials and the process. It's a big industry,
and
millions of dollars.
And then when you get all of the materials together, keeping a consistent product.
True.
I mean, look, you have, I watched the Jack Daniels in Tennessee. I watched how brandy and scotch is aged, but there's more, again, in my opinion, there's more labor and elements that go into making a cigar.
True.
it doesn't just sit in a room with 50 barrels
Exactly.
for X amount of time. And I know you have to turn those barrels, but it's just it's a fascinating process.
Exactly. Also, it's a long-term process. People think, okay, they are leaves. They are grow in the nature. How expensive can be? It's not the problem. You need a good seed, harvesting until also rolling, aging them. It's a big process. I will show you in a minute. I have cigars 12 years aged. Where
Wow.
were you 12 years ago? I wasn't even here.
12
I was in a different world managing a company.
12 years ago, I was in Aventura. I was in Miami, but I was in a different world where I couldn't even be sitting with you right now having a cigar.
Imagine that time, a person was rolling your cigar you're about to smoke. And also I have a great collection, private collection. I will show you proudly. I have cigars from Cuba, of course, before the embargo, from 1962. There are cigars, I will show you again with the certificate. There are collectibles. There are hundreds of dollars.
Are they still good to smoke?
Of course. And
And-
I will show you how to keep them properly. Then you can enjoy your cigars even after 50 years ago.
Wow.
Nobody will want to smoke that because it costs like $1,500. If you are not that rich enough, so you can probably keep it in your humidor for collectible to show off your friends, or again you can sell it as well.
And so, whether you're talking about pine or cedar, or the type of box that it's being held in, I see with some of your custom cigars, you have a small goblet of cognac in there.
Yeah.
You have, maybe you'll have some, citrus peels. It's almost like making an old fashioned.
Exactly.
So you'll have some different elements.
You're a very clever person. You understood my goals.
It's almost like the cloves and the spices and the sweet. It's like a chemist making a perfume,
Exactly. Of course, the brands I'm selling here, over 120, I believe, different brands and different flavor cigars. They all made differently, so I don't touch their originality, respect their
Of course.
work. But
But
my
this is
own
just
cigar,
as enjoyable as
I apply whatever I learned from the other great cigar people. And because I have different tastes, I like cognac, I like single malt aged whiskeys and Turkish coffee and some other things. I just put them in the humidor after Senor Juan makes them. And we age them about 6 months. 6 months they have to be somewhere there, because you cannot spray the flavor on the cigars.
No.
It has to absorb the coffee flavor in the air naturally. This is what makes it so perfect, so nice, and so smooth. So it's a long process, as we said.
like the fermentation process if we were creating
like
craft
wine,
beers.
whiskey.
Something like that.
Let me show you something else interesting. You see, there are two different kinds of smokes coming out here. This smoke comes from the tip. It's always gray. And from the back, let me smoke it. You see, that's gray, that's bluish gray.
Yeah.
So that shows you the quality of your cigar. Like in the whiskey, the golden color, or in the beer.
And that color is going to come from the materials it's made out of?
Yeah, every different leaf, they have different leaves, and the aging process, mostly the aging process, the type of the leaf and the aging process give them the color and the flavor. Of course, we don't see it, but as I mentioned earlier, there are, in that cigar particularly, I have one wrapper, which is like you see, very creamy, light color. And there's a binder, which is darker. And there are 3 more leaves inside. which gives them like a little bit nicotine, little bit aroma, sweetness, and the toughness, the roughness. And these are all my taste.
Correct.
I make my cigars with my taste, but luckily people like it. Mostly people come here to smoke my own cigars. Whoever comes here, they buy their own brands, and they always say, "Oh, let me try your cigar." And next time they come, they say, "You know what? I like your cigar very much." Of course, thank to Senor Juan. He makes the cigars great.
And so, like, Chris and I will go to conferences across the country. I'll go to Ybor City. They'll have guys hand rolling cigars there. We'll see some dark, some almost swirl wrappers, like light leaves and dark leaves on the same cigar. When those people are making those cigars at those tables for say we go to an event, have the leaves already had the fermentate, like, meaning the cigar is not put together and sitting in a box, it's made there. So have they skipped that fermentation process, or was that done before the table?
Yeah, of course, the fermentation done before. And they keep the leaves. However, this is a very touristy trick. They show you how to make a cigar and they roll you, hey, it's fresh, you can smoke it. Unfortunately, it's not true. When you make the cigar, you put the leaves together and put it in the box, and it presses and it gets the shape. Then you put the wrapper. Mostly the tourists see only that part, the rolling the wrapper part. However, when you finish the cigar, it's too humid. So it's very moist. So you cannot smoke immediately.
Yeah.
It needs 24 to 48 hours to get a bit dry inside. Also, don't forget that there may still be inside some bugs. They're living in there because sometimes you cannot see it with a human sight. And sometimes you're not able to see it with a human sight. And what they do they take the cigars and they put in the freezer for overnight under 30 Fahrenheit to kill all the germs.
So this is like, so they're trying, when I go to the Bahamas, or when I go to Key West, or when I go out of town and I'm relaxing and I want a cigar, experiences diminish.
Exactly.
When you're going in the tourist place.
Exactly.
It's like I'm trying, so people will generally travel with their cigar. Maybe something, because those have been bad experiences for me. The one bad experience I had was at a conference. I got a cigar. I really didn't like that. I thought it was very too strong for my liking. It wasn't a light, like a latte like this. And then other times I've tried to buy the brand that I'm acquainted to, and I haven't had that experience when I'm out of town, when I'm somewhere. And once you spoke to me also, and I noticed the cigar almost, how you described the three sections of the cigar. The cigar, and not only burning so evenly, the cigar was staying together.
Exactly. Also, good point. I will show you how to ash the cigar. This is a very quality cigar. Please do like this. Shake it a bit. The ash, just shake it what I'm doing now. The ash will not go down because it's a quality cigar and it keeps together. So, you're in the right moment. Normally, professionals smoke the cigars as three parts. One, middle, and the end. They smoke it in 3 ashes. So you're almost about there. Let me teach you how to ash a cigar.
Okay.
You put your cigar 45 degrees. Touch it to the...
Touch the ash with the bowl?
Yeah, touch the ash. In the middle. In the middle. 45 degrees. Twist it a bit. Touch it. Pressure a little bit. Yeah. No, let me show you.
I'm right-handed. and I'm gonna left-handed, but
I'll
maybe
tell you a joke about it after. This is dude again. Dude, leave me alone.
dude wants to be part of the
Okay,
game.
touch it like this.
Touch it,
Twist it.
twist it.
No, twist it like break it.
Oh, break it.
Exact. After that, do this.
Shake it off.
Shake it out to leave all the ash. Why? Because if you smoke the particulars of ash inside, it's very dangerous for you.
You want to exclude the ash.
Exactly.
And a part of what I was doing too is again, I was partially inhaling a little bit, and it was enjoyable, and I got the buzz.
Exactly.
But after, I didn't feel good.
Yeah, sometimes it's too much.
Do you enjoy it, Chris?
Yeah.
But almost, it's very interesting. Almost when I smoked the cigar the right way and I introduced it to myself, it was not only a better experience, but I'm smoking obviously a quality product. I didn't get some of the things that I normally get, like a bad taste in my mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Or like all of the saliva. I know this is kind of gross. All the saliva builds
True,
up.
true.
So it was very nice.
This is nice cigar, but probably there you smoke something fake cigars. They make some fake cigars from the banana leaves.
Yeah, yeah.
And for tourists, Cohiba. Cheap,
Yeah.
$5,
Yeah,
$10.
yeah.
Come on, bro.
This
you cannot.
isn't this isn't like going to the bar and buying a drink,
Exactly.
you know?
Every Wednesday I have here cigar aficionado classes. People come here, like we talk. I try to teach them how to smoke a cigar properly. So people come here, and I always make the same joke. Are you left-handed, right-handed? I give them a different cigar, so they say, "What's the difference?" And I say, "I will tell you at the end," and they're curious, whatever. And at the end, I said, "Of course, there's no difference. It's
Yeah.
just a joke."
Yeah. And no, that's and about all these bands and your collection here. How long? Obviously, you have hundreds up here, but how
I have
long?
5 years here.
5 years.
Yeah, you can. It's very nice. When I look, let me show you some great cigars. For example, I have Cohiba Weller. You order the cigar from the wholesaler year before, and they book the cigar box for you. Depends how many boxes you want. And just before Christmas, they deliver to you. I have Opus X, one of the greatest cigars, celebrational. I have Adrian Magnus, a great cigar, aged in cognac barrels from 5 to 15 years. That's a great process. I have some Partagas, Leaf, so many beautiful cigars. Again, all the Cohibas. I smoked the Cuban Cohiba and the Dominican Cohibas. They are different, of course, because of the climate.
And it's fascinating, the different, I mean, even these labels, and my wife appreciates stationery. Again, I mean, you don't see these things a lot. The hand stamping into the stationery, the box cuts, the different, all the detail.
Of course,
that
all
goes
the
into
details
these things.
makes, perfection is under details. I have to mention a few more cigars. For
sure.
example, Alec Bradley. When I started to sell cigars, to get a license, you need a recommendation from some cigar companies. The owners of Alec and Bradley, they helped me a lot to get this license.
Where is that cigar from?
It's from Nicaragua.
Wow.
I love the taste so much. They are rich flavors, beautiful cigars. Also, another cigar, we cigar store or lounge owners, we don't compete each other. It's opposite. We help each other. Also, a friend of mine, Seifi, he has in Fort Lauderdale a beautiful cigar lounge. He has over 1,000 cigars. He also helped me to get the license. And, we help each other. If somebody else comes to me, I will help the same. And, of course, I have my own cigar band. I put it in the between. Probably, hopefully, one day I'll be one of the big
And
cigar
you
bands.
need, like, for example, in the eyeglass industry or sunglasses, you need to have certain things in the store.
Oh yeah.
So if people come to the store and they demand a certain brand.
Of course.
But what's very interesting to me
They're
is
best sellers all the time.
I look at a couple things when I buy a product. I look at the quality of the product. I look at the workmanship, how the product is being used in business. So maybe, for example, you might have a Sherwin-Williams paint that's phenomenal on the exterior of the building. You might have an excellent quality warranty, but then you have an installer who doesn't install it to the
Exactly.
manufacturer's specifications. And that's kind of like my synthesis of you can have the cigar, but the cigar's not being kept right.
True.
You know, you could, so there's a lot that goes into it. It's not just like picking the strawberry, bringing it to the store and selling it in the store. These things are here. They're almost a life. And we've spoken so many times about, you know, people misusing or people simply just leaving the cigar, then relighting it. And, you know, after 2 days, like my neighbor, I see on his car or on the, he leaves a cigar out there, then he comes back.
You know what it tastes like?
Garbage?
I'm not going to say because it's still food. It's like microwaving overburned steak from the barbecue 2 days before. So you cannot enjoy.
You have something so rich and something so
Exactly.
unique, and the product is...
This is why we have different sizes of cigars. If you don't have time for 1 hour cigar, so get a smaller size, 35 minutes, so you can smoke it. Because when you smoke it, you have to finish it. You cannot light it again next day, whatever.
I
this
was
is one.
over here, and I only had 45 minutes at the time, 30 minutes. I was in between some things, just enjoying and embracing this process. And there was a member of the shop outside, and again, he brought 2 large cans of his favorite import beer, and he got one of the larger cigars, and it was like an hour and a half experience for him. And I'm like, this is phenomenal. I mean, so it really all depends on what you like to enjoy the cigar with and how long, you know, you have to smoke.
Exact. When I tell my clients all the time, when they come to smoke a cigar here, I say just relax. Give your credit card to the lady, send her to the shopping, give the kids the toys, whatever, and it's your me time.
Yeah.
It's your time to enjoy, and that's it basically. You cannot rush it. You have to enjoy. Also because we have a deep breath,
Yeah.
it relaxes us too. That's
I think
another
a
thing.
couple of those bad habits were, again, I'm rushing on the street or I'm rushing somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
And, you
It's
know,
not a cigar
these
time.
aren't things like, and again, you see people in Disney Springs in Orlando, or you see people in different areas. They're at like a club, very high beat, boom, boom. My
yeah.
wife likes BPM, and they're in like, I'm like, they're not in a chill environment like this. So, you know, it's environmental. It's the full experience,
Exactly.
and that's what you get here.
You know, nowadays everybody works so hard. The technology, the lack of time, family life, business life. So everybody needs a me time. For example, ladies go to their nail salon,
Sure.
right? The
I
guys come
sometimes
here.
go, yeah.
The guys come here. That's it. And yeah, what I wanted to say else. Okay, so when we smoke the cigar over half, just one finger before the cigar band, you can take the cigar band off. You know, it's not a glue inside. It's made from trees and it's natural. When it gets the heat,
It dissolves.
yeah, and the glue dissolves and you can open it better, quicker, without harming the wrapper. If you take your band off when the cigar is cold and at the beginning, you may tear.
Can I pull my band off?
Yes, of course.
If
oh
it
yeah.
comes off like
but be
that?
careful, don't tear the wrapper. If you
Okay.
tear it,
The
again, it
wrapper.
will be air escape, and it will start not from here, from inside.
I've
It
also
will give you
seen
bad taste.
I've also seen some bands that were so tight.
Oh yeah,
More so on the cigars, probably that have not been kept right. Maybe.
exactly. Don't buy the cigars if the cigar band is not on. Why? That means the humidity. It became dry. The band became loose. After they put it in the humidor,
It's
shrinks, and if they put it in humidor and the humidity is too high, cigar expands
Yeah.
and throws the band off. So don't buy the cigars
What is
like
one
that.
of, for example, one of the boxes and manufacturers? As I was, looking around the store and enjoying it, one of the boxes and manufacturers towards the back has a metal band in the box.
Oh yeah,
What is
Macanudo.
that? What is that for?
Actually, instead of cigar band, they made something ring. It's a very
It looks
unique.
like it's a very thick ring.
Yeah.
It almost looks like my wife has a Bulgari B0 ring, and is that for putting on the cigar or resting the cigar? What is that? Is that ring to be used as a band?
It's just like a band.
Is it
But
for show?
It's just for show.
Just for show.
But I put it on my finger sometimes
Yeah?
to enjoy. But these cigars, Macanudo Maduro, one of my personal best, and unluckily I'm out of it. So I will show you the box. 2 days ago, somebody got the less box, so I will order again. Hopefully, I'll send you the video and you will show it again.
And what are these? I guess these are pieces of cedar. What
Exactly.
What do we do with these?
Actually, because it's a fire hazard, I couldn't do it.
Okay.
But let me show you a sample. This is a cedar. Okay, you know the cedar tree. It's
That's like what the boxes are made out of.
exactly
Right?
But it's a very
Inside.
thin layer. So normally we light it, and we light the cigar. We light the cigar with it. Then it gets the cigar flavor. Also because the temperature of the flame is not that high like the torch. It makes you more pleasant incense burning. I will show you, but the flame will be big here. I'll just show you a little bit. Because of the sprinklers, I'm scared. But you can light it with matches or any kind of torch. You see? And now you you light your cigar with it.
Wow. And when you mentioned, I thought it was really important.
Yeah.
I thought it was really
Feel the smell.
wow.
You see, beautiful smell.
Oh yeah.
So it gives you the very wonderful.
And I almost like it this way because when you see the blue with the lighter where the butane
Oh, yeah.
is, you're lighting it with gas, and you're
Exactly.
probably destroying some of the. This smells delicious.
Exactly.
Like, I
you should
wanna-
smell your cigar with that. But don't light your cigar with the regular lighter from a gas station, because it's
Chris,
a
smell
different.
this.
You give it to me. It smells
Oh,
great.
yeah.
Thank you.
Because the gas in the regular lighter, simple lighter from the gas station, it sticks on the leaf and it overburns it, it destroys it. Butane gas is not like that. It doesn't stick on the leaf, it just burns it and flies away. So then you can use the butane gas-based torches.
And what has been the coolest? I mean, you've traveled all over the world. What's been the coolest accessories with the cigar? For example, and I don't know this brand, but one of the brands has the cedar leaf around the cigar for every use before you take off the jacket or the plastic. What other flares have you seen, or different areas around the world where a cigar, I don't even know what a cigar aficionado or a cigar creator has implemented into their packaging?
They don't implement much. They definitely put in the cigar boxes. Let me show you. When you buy a new cigar and open the box, and they always put you a humidity control pack. That in the box keeps your cigar humid.
Ours was beautiful when I purchased that box from you.
You had it
Amazing.
the humidity pack.
Correct. A very large pack.
Exactly. So if they don't put it, the cigar in the box gets drier and drier, you know, because they keep it in the storage rooms. Sometimes they delivery under the sun, on the heat places, but this always protects the cigar.
So basically, a lot of things are for show. If it's a branding, if it's part of the package, and what area, for example, in different areas of the world, like if we go into Europe or we go into the Middle East, where are those cigars, where are the leaves sourced from in different areas of the world? Do they go to Thailand, like different other tropical climates?
Let me tell you, I was born in Turkey, so I try to make my own cigar in Turkey. But the soil is not sweet enough to grow a cigar tobacco. So you need lots of rain and lots of sun. You have to keep the climate, the temperature all the time high during the year. So the best places to grow cigars, of course, Central America and Cameroon, and some companies try Indonesia, but they are small companies.
Are you able to, like you see people with different type of synthetic and different, are people able to build like a grow house to grow the leaves, or they don't do that?
No, they cannot do that because you need the correct temperature, humidity,
so you
sun,
can't
rain.
fake this process.
No, you cannot fake it. This is their stuff. It's the middle Central America's product. So you cannot make it grow it somewhere else.
We happen to be in North America, really close to the hubs for getting your cocoa beans or your cigars or your different. It's like in Starbucks when you see kind of coffees from around the world. So I guess some cigars you'll have the leaves imported from areas, and do those ever get assembled and fermented and in other countries? And you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Is
understand.
everything
assemble like parts of cars assemble in Mexico, but the parts
Yeah.
come from America, something.
like
you
where do
cannot
those
do that because
influence and flares come from?
yeah, you cannot do that because the leaves are very fragile. During the transportation, they may lose the temperature or humidity, and they can break down.
So we were just in Miami International Airport. We were at a huge flower center. We do a lot of work with the warehouses and the free trade zone over there, clearing permits and code violations as we do. But these aren't flowers. These aren't like ranunculus that could be shipped from Ecuador and here in 8 hours and then put in the flower boutiques.
The best thing, let the professionals roll the cigar, prepare the cigar in their own country, you get it as a packages. However, in Tampa, you know, they don't do much. Only J.C. Newman company stayed in Tampa. Tampa used to be a cigar paradise.
Ybor City.
Exactly. But after years, the economic situations, it wasn't that profitable. So the companies, small companies, closed one by one. And the J.C. Newman collected all the farmers, and they still produce them proudly as an American cigar. And the taste is great. Great.
Yeah.
Let me tell you the story of cigar, how they became so famous. The Spanish came to conquer the world, and they came to America. They first came to Cuba, and they saw the natives. They were like having leaves, and they burn it, and they smell it like this, and they had a great time. And the Spanish said, "Oh, what is this? Oh, nice, beautiful." So they took the tobacco to Spain. But in Spain, in high society, to light it and to smell it wasn't sophisticated. So somebody, I don't know who, figured out to put the leaves together and roll it together and light it as one.
And this was before cigarettes and all these other tobacco
Actually,
products?
they had tobacco
Okay.
from the Middle East before, so they did the same process, and they brought it to Cuba. The Cubans said, "Oh, it's a good idea." So we rolled the cigars from that one, and they sold. They brought to all over the world.
The Cuban people are phenomenal, resourceful people. They used to work what they have in the island. I have a lot of personal friends who are Cuban here in South Florida, and they're really good business people, and they're really resourceful people, which I admire.
Exactly. This is their thing. We cannot take it and copy. The other countries managed still to produce great cigars in the Dominican or Republic or Nicaragua.
Did any of the did any of the hotels or establishments, did they try and, bring cigars in like is for tourists, and it wasn't the same experience?
Yeah, nowadays, especially here, all the Caribbeans, all the countries, the big hotels, they always have a cigar corner in the bar. Mostly you have to smoke it outside, not to disturb the other guests.
There's nowhere nice to smoke it. There's nowhere pleasant to.
Something like that, you have to build a place like that. For example, mostly cigar stores have a walk-in humidor. But when I opened this place, I thought about the idea because people walk in the humidor with their shoes. It wasn't very hygienic.
Got it.
So I decided to turn old store. It's not a big store. It's like 1,200 square feet. And I tried to turn all the store to a big humidor. So whenever you walk in, basically you walk into a big humidor. And of course, let me tell you some technical information. You have to be very careful because the smoke doesn't you cannot have too much smoke. If everybody smokes here, it will be very disturbing. So you have to have nice air circulation. The filters suck the air, the smoke, and you have to fill the store with the fresh air. But in that circulation, you have to be very careful because the pressure is too high sometimes. And sometimes people sit in the cigar lounge smoking their cigar. After an hour, they hear some noises like ringing something. It's because of the pressure. So I had an engineer friend when I came here first. Don't worry, it's
Uh-oh.
okay.
Party foul.
Just you can take it quickly, not to burn the chair.
Okay.
Accidents happen all the time.
That doesn't, yeah.
Yeah. So this is why we put it here,
Okay.
like 45 degrees.
And
Push it. Do it like.
Now, this is the part of the cigar sometimes too, where it's a little closer to the face and you're drawing in a little bit more, but I almost still want to enjoy it.
Yeah. You feel it. When you light it first, it was lighter flavors.
Got it.
The more you go inside, the middle, you get the more flavors and it becomes tougher. Some people say, oh, in that level it's too hard for me, I cannot smoke. That's fine. Next time you buy a cigar, it's not very hard. But mostly people like the very ending, which is very hard, very rich of flavors, and they smoke it until the end. You can smoke the cigar until one finger.
One finger.
Yeah.
And how do people reach you? Like, for example, if, say, I'm in a different country, say I'm in Denmark, or say I'm in a different country, and I want to purchase cigars, or I want your cigars. How do people do that? Do you ship them to them?
Yeah, because of the licensing, I can ship, which I do all the time, to my clients in New York, in California, wherever within America. That my personal license allows me. But to send cigars internationally, it's a bit tricky. First of all, you cannot send more than 50. And if you're lucky, it passes the custom and you can get it. If doesn't pass the custom, the custom officers just basically take the cigar, break it, and they destroy it. They said that we can.
You know what? I wish some of the customs officers were in the tourist areas breaking the imposter cigars.
Yeah, they do that, and that's their job. They're protecting us. They do their job.
But again, you need permits and knowledge for everything.
Exactly.
Like, I'm not going to go and do the electrical panel in here.
Exactly.
I'm not an electrician. And that's your expertise.
This is why if somebody wants to smoke a cigar in Denmark, as you said, and then they have
Well,
to
because I
find
see
their
all this
local...
content that you produce and that
careful.
all these other reactions and people from all over the world, and I see them all just... I see them enjoying cigars in different places, but you've just described to me... Oh, hey, dude, you've just...
Dude, come here. Come.
You've just described to
Come.
me
Come.
all of the things it takes to get there.
Yeah.
It's not like coffee where I can ship it.
Dude.
I can drop
Come here.
ship it from
Come here.
somewhere else.
Come here. So maybe you have less something to say again.
This is I mean this is like a flour, or it's not like a flour or a cheese or something, you know. I even was watching some content about Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's got started because people wanted affordable international foods.
Yeah.
So they took the international foods, they put it under their own label, and they offered it to the consumer in locals. And I mean, that's what the leading people are doing, similar to what you're doing with your brand. You're providing the experience.
Exactly. Again, the best thing to buy the cigar from the local cigar store.
It's all local.
All local is better. To ship
I like
from
that.
country to country, it's tricky, you know, different laws, different customs, also shipment. Maybe you pay a few dollars more, but
Yeah.
you know, you get the cigar secure. Also, don't forget that if you in the shipment, if there's a problem in the shipment, your cigar can go bad very quickly,
Yeah.
and you will get a dry cigar. Sometimes people tell me, "Yeah, I got it from this website. I got it cheaper than you." One cigar I had like $20. They say, "Oh, okay, something.com. I get it $17.99." I say, "Okay, were they dry?"
Yeah.
They say, "How do you know?" Of course I know, because in the shipment, you know, with all the cargo, all the pressure, they break the cigar. And when the cigar is dry, again, as I said at the beginning, you can get germs, you can get bacteria, you can get mold, you
Stuff
can get
you don't
bugs
want.
in it. So you don't want to risk it for $2. All the cigars come here with a secure shipment, with a secure packaging. They're all nice. I don't have any bad cigars. So you have to be careful. The best thing to buy the cigar from your local store, or maybe like a shipment of one day.
Yeah.
That's
Do they
it.
have different like wine tours like in Napa? Do any of the cigar, obviously people who aren't in the manufacturing or distribution, do they have like open public invitations if you want to go tour the farms and try the cigars there?
Oh, yeah.
They have that?
Of course, they have that. Lately, there was a tour. Of course, they have tours daily in
Like,
Arturo
could you take me to Honduras or Costa Rica?
Oh, yeah.
And-
Dominican Arturo Fuente factory tour, or we
That's
can
who
go
makes-
to Jason Newman here in Tampa. They invite me all the time. I couldn't go, lack of time. They have nice tours. You can buy cigars in the factory. It's really educational.
Well, you have to-
Everybody has to do that.
I mean, it's really amazing, and you have to stay local. You have to stay local to purchase the cigars. You also have a lot of relationships in the business community and with people. So you are the brand. You are the shop.
Yeah. When I opened here, first of all, I tried to be far from all the other cigar lounges to respect their business.
Sure.
I didn't want to open near them to try to steal their own customers. Luckily, I found this area, and so although it's a small area, it's like 75,000 residents. And people were very happy to have a store like that because they say normally we drive 20 minutes to buy a cigar. Hey, you're just here. So local cigar stores, I hope everybody can find somewhere nearby.
And how many cigars are in your lineup, in your brand?
In my band, it depends on the Senor Juan. Whatever the leaves we find, he makes them the best, of course. Sometimes I have the barber poles, sometimes I have pyramidas. You know, depends on the size of the leaves, the quality, aging. He knows, and he doesn't show me anything. When I try to film him, hey, Senor Juan, can I film you?
No.
He says, afuera, afuera, get out my face, because he says, this will die with me. I understand that, I respect him, as long as he makes me great cigars, which he does. So I pray for him, God gives him years of long life.
So basically, some of these cigars that we're smoking today, almost everything is a limited quantity. It's special.
Yeah, because only Senor Juan and sometimes 1-2 people come to help him.
But it's also good.
I'd like to have a big factory, but I don't know. It's a little bit. I'd like to stay local, small.
It's also
better
good
at the moment
because it leads you to try different things, and it's phenomenal. Like, you know, when people go to the bar and they want the hamburger and they want the French fries, well, you should venture off the menu.
Exactly.
And you should use AJ over here as your cigar pharmacist.
Exactly.
This is Dr. Cigar here.
No, thank you.
I mean, this is
still
phenomenal.
trying to learn. They're much better people. They know much better than me. I'm just as a cigar enthusiast and a little shop. I'm trying to do my best, and all my clients are happy. My Google reviews are 5 stars. 2 years.
Yeah.
It's very hard to keep in that way. I'm so happy. Everybody live here with a smile. I had one customer, he wasn't happy. He said, I want to start cigars. Okay, I give him something simple. Next day he came to me, he says, the cigar didn't burn well. You know, it goes to the side.
Yeah.
I said, did you turn it? Yeah, I didn't turn it, but because your cigar is not good, this is why it didn't burn evenly. So I want to get a replacement. I said, bro,
yeah.
I don't make much money out of it. So I said, next time you buy something,
no,
I'll
but
try to do my best.
It's the product and the user to the product.
Exactly.
The
you
manner
cannot
in
drive
which-
a car and then hit on the tree and say your car is not good.
Yeah.
So, and by the way, proudly, let me show you.
Sure.
In 2025, I was rewarded the best cigar shop in that area, which is very important for me. I'm really proud.
There's not, again, sometimes there's not places like we might be in Sunny Isles or Aventura or out in Bal Harbor, and there's a cigar shop, but there's because of the real estate, because of the dynamics of that community, there's not a place like this to enjoy it in. So that's what makes this.
You have to be in love with the cigars to do your job, like everybody, like you do, like doctors do, or a football player. You have to love your job.
Thank you so much for allowing me to share this today. And
I'm really happy to
and
have
again,
you here.
I know you have some viewers all across the world, and I hope that they get to highlight this and actually, because I'm so lucky to be here because I get the full experience. I get to smoke your cigar in your store, and you providing me with not only the instruction, but how we got here today. Thank you so much, AJ.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm so happy.
Birinci kuralı. Centilmenler Kulübü hakkında konuşma. Centilmenler Kulübü'nün 3. kuralı. Centilmenler Kulübü hakkında konuşma.